You need to leave.
The wilderness is a place of peace until the moment you realize you're being watched by something that shouldn't exist. From a silent figure in a gas mask stalking the deep woods, to shifting shadows that vanish the second you turn your head, these encounters leave behind more questions than tracks. When the forest stops being quiet and starts being calculated, would you stay to find out what's there or run before it finds you? A woman set out alone for a quiet day in the forest, at first enjoying the isolation. After hearing faint footsteps nearby, she began to feel uneasy, and although she saw nothing initially, her camera later captured a shifting shadow moving between the trees.
Who's up there? Mister. Who's up there? Whoa, look. Where's it at? Look at him go. Sorry, I'm trying to hold still. Okay, no.
The shadow seemed to follow her before vanishing the moment she looked directly at it. Realizing she wasn't alone, she ran from the forest shaken left, wondering what had been watching her from the trees. In the early hours of the morning, campers in the Kalahari Desert were suddenly awakened by the distant calls of a lion. As the night went on, the sounds moved closer until by dawn, the animal was right outside their tent, growling, before suddenly falling silent. Moments later, it began clawing and biting at the fabric, while the campers remained frozen inside. When they finally found an opening to escape, they reached their vehicle and later filmed the lion marking the tent, managing to leave the area unharmed. A trail camera captured what would become the final known image of a man who went missing while hunting in October 2018. The photo shows him calmly smoking, unaware it would be the last time he was ever seen. His disappearance remained a mystery for years until his remains were discovered in 2022 near Locust Grove. The image adds an eerie weight to the case, leaving unanswered questions about what truly happened to him in the wilderness. While deep in the forest, a hunter noticed something unsettling near the water and began recording. Two misty, ethereal shapes appeared floating just above the surface, one drifting smoothly, while another slowly emerged nearby. Some viewers believe the forms could be a weather balloon or a visual illusion, while others speculate about a connection to the legend of La Llorona, the ghost said to haunt waterways. After a brief moment, both figures vanished, leaving the question of whether the encounter was real or manipulated unanswered. While hiking through Mexico's remote Sierra de San Juan forest, a group of friends suddenly sensed something was wrong. Around 6 a.m., a blood-curdling scream echoed through the dense trees, sounding disturbingly close. Knowing no one else should have been in the area, at that hour the group felt an immediate sense of fear and unease. They abandoned their route and hurried back to safety left, wondering what or who had made that chilling sound in the forest. A hunter set up a trail camera to monitor wildlife, and at first it captured nothing unusual. Later, one image revealed an unexpected figure, a person wearing a gas mask and carrying what appeared to be a bag or container. The photo was reported to authorities, but the person's identity and purpose were never confirmed, leaving questions about who was wandering through the woods and why. While fishing alone and recording content for his channel, a man stayed unaware of his surroundings. Later, the footage revealed a figure partially hidden among the leaves, sitting silently on a nearby rock and watching him. Whether it was simply another person or something more unsettling remains unclear, raising the disturbing question of why someone would remain there unseen, just observing in silence. A trail camera unexpectedly captured a strange figure in the woods. At first it appeared unusual enough to resemble a cryptid, but closer inspection suggested it might have been a hunter wearing camouflage. Even so, the figure's posture and position looked oddly unnatural, leaving uncertainty about what was really happening at the moment the image was taken. A woman living near the forest noticed her dog suddenly run away in fear from a nearby field, prompting her to investigate. There she saw a pale, humanoid figure standing motionless, moving in an unsettling way before disappearing. Moments later, she spotted it again, partly hidden in tall grass and watching her. What happened next remains unknown, leaving a disturbing question about what was really in that field. While flying a drone over a wooded area, a man noticed a moose walking calmly below and kept filming. Suddenly, the animal shook its head and its massive antlers fell to the ground, a natural process that occurs seasonally. Expecting this moment, the man followed the moose's tracks and collected the shed antlers shortly afterward. During a camping trip in the Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forest west of Denver, a photo was taken that seemed completely ordinary at first. Only years later did a closer look reveal a figure standing among the trees in the background. Some believe it could be Bigfoot, pointing to the remote, rugged terrain as a plausible habitat, while others remain skeptical. What the camera actually captured in that mountain forest is still open to debate. A Reddit user shared late-night security footage from his secluded mountain home located miles from the nearest town. The video shows an unfamiliar person wandering through the yard, seemingly unprepared for the darkness and rugged terrain. With no neighbors or expected visitors, the sight felt deeply unsettling, raising questions about how the stranger ended up there and what they were searching for in such an isolated place. While exploring deep in the woods, someone came across a disturbing sight hidden among the trees. Hundreds of stuffed toys were hanging from branches and scattered throughout the forest, all appearing unusually clean and untouched by the elements. With no visible signs of age or decay, the scene seemed deliberately arranged, raising unsettling questions about who placed them there and why. In early 2014, a photo taken near Utah's Smith and Morehouse Reservoir revealed something unusual in the snow. The image shows a massive footprint measuring roughly 20 inches long, discovered near a river, and appearing freshly made. The photographer noted that reports of Bigfoot sightings and unexplained sounds in the area are not uncommon. Whether the track belongs to a known animal or something far more mysterious remains an open question. Late at night, a man walked into a forest and quickly sensed that something was wrong. He noticed a figure standing motionless near a tree, and when he shined his flashlight on it, the figure did not react. Terrified, he ran from the area. Some think it was a prank or a person behaving strangely, while others believe it may have been something far more sinister, leaving the encounter open to interpretation. A camper wakes up and opens his tent only to come face to face with a bear calmly sniffing nearby. Seemingly unaware it's being filmed, the clip cuts off before revealing what happens next, leaving viewers guessing how the encounter ended. In a moment like that, would you stay still, make noise, or panic? In December 2023, a YouTuber and hunter unexpectedly came across a moose while walking with his dog. What initially seemed harmless quickly escalated into a dangerous moment. Some believe the dog may have triggered the animal's reaction. It raises one question: how quickly can calm turn into danger in the wild?
Shit, that won't matter.
On October 25th, 2022, hunting YouTuber Creepy Outdoors went solo camping in a nearby forest when strange sounds began echoing around him.
I mean, look at this. Ginormous tree is falling down.
This place is a mess. Oh. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Whew. Okay. That was creepy. I need to get out of here. Whew. Okay.
After noticing signs of disturbance and feeling as if he was being watched, he chose to leave right away. Some believe it was wildlife or natural forest movement, but what made him leave so quickly? On June 28, 2023, a hunter joined a guided safari to hunt a Cape buffalo, expecting a carefully managed encounter. Instead, the situation escalated quickly when the animal reacted unpredictably. Some point to the buffalo's well-known reputation for sudden aggression. So how controlled can a hunt truly be?
Are you okay?
You
okay?
On January 21st, 2020 on the channel Trailing the Hunter's Moon Hunter, Blake Barnett faced a life-threatening moment when a black bear charged after repeated efforts to scare it away failed.
And when we got up to move away from the bears, that's our movement. As soon as he saw us, his behavior and demeanor had changed. This bear just looked at us different. And we started to back out. Aaron wolfed at him and kicked dirt at him and threw his arms up in the air. This bear squared up.
As soon as the bear noticed their movement, its behavior shifted completely, holding its position with clear signs of aggression. With no time remaining and no way to retreat, Blake made a split-second choice to fire to protect himself, his guide, and his cameraman. Some view this as an unavoidable act of self-defense, raising a final question: when a charge happens this quickly, is there ever a safer option? In 2023, a hunter claimed he was followed for hours by a strange humanoid figure moving through the shadows near his home. He described repeated encounters with something he believed was not human, suggesting it could be a cryptid, possibly Sasquatch, or something even more unfamiliar. As the figure seemed to linger nearby, night after night, he attempted to confront it, hoping to scare it away and capture evidence.
They're all over the damn place again tonight. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking towards it. Might actually get to capture something here. Son of a... Alright, whatever you are, you need to leave. Stay out of this place. This is our home. This is our home. You need to leave. You leave now. I don't think it's going to come around for a little bit. I think that'll keep it away for a while. Oh, God. I hope that does it. I really do.
Some think fear may have influenced what he saw, while others believe it was something unexplained. So was it misidentified, or truly something unknown in the dark? On October 17th, 2020, a routine Finnish moose hunt became terrifying when the family's youngest daughter joined a relative out in the field. What followed was an unexpected event none of them could have predicted, raising one question: how quickly can a familiar tradition turn dangerous? On January 23, 2024, a hunter heard a pileated woodpecker giving its alarm call, a sign that a predator was nearby. Moments later, strange and unfamiliar sounds echoed through the woods, prompting him to begin recording.
I heard some shit there.
He said the noises didn't match any animal he recognized, describing them as sharp and deeply unsettling. Some suspect wildlife, others remain unconvinced. So what was really out there? Around 5 years ago, a hunter in Switzerland captured chilling screams echoing through a forest that, according to locals, had been fox-free since a strange incident years earlier. The sounds recorded around midnight were high-pitched, sharp, and disturbingly similar to children crying, unlike any wildlife known to live there. In another case, someone staying in the nearly abandoned mountain village of Hatoji near Okayama, Japan, reported deep roars and piercing screeches coming from the surrounding forest, shortly after sunset, repeating through the night, as if two separate creatures were moving nearby. Some believe these noises may have natural explanations, while others remain deeply unsettled. So, if it wasn't known wildlife, what was making those sounds in the dark? An experienced camper ventured alone into a remote Indonesian forest, hoping for a quiet night of solitude, as darkness settled and strange wailing sounds began echoing through the trees.
Siapa kamu? Hei. Siapa kamu? Halo. Masih seperti ada yang minta tolong, teman-teman, kayak nangis. Itu tadi tangan seperti apa, teman-teman? La ilaha illallah, jelas sekali. Seperti cakar. Subhanallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Apa itu? Tikus ya? Kamu jangan meneror aku ya. Apa ya, teman-teman? Itunya jatuh. Seperti bunyi itu kesenggol tikus ya. Jangan-jangan kesenggol tikus ya. Astagfirullahaladzim, kedengeran ada yang nangis. Siapa itu? Hei, kedengeran gak, teman-teman? La ilaha illallah. Seperti dari depan sini, teman-teman.
Kok seperti ada sesuatu sih, apa ya? Perasaan aku aja apa kali ya? Seperti ada yang aneh loh, teman-teman.
Astagfirullahaladzim, la ilaha illallah. Gimana kamu?
At first dismissed as animals or the wind, but the noises grew louder and more unsettling, shifting into a heavy dragging sound that made him leave his tent to check the surroundings only to find the forest completely empty. Later that night, he claimed to see a translucent female figure hovering above his tent, gently swaying in the darkness. Frozen with fear, he rushed outside, yet once again found no sign of anything there. With no clear explanation and the unease still lingering, he packed up and left at first light. So was this a trick of exhaustion and fear in the jungle, or something far more difficult to explain watching him from the trees? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story, share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.